Children laugh almost 300 times a day. They should give some lessons on having fun to grown-ups. Babies don't have kneecaps when they are born. They develop them between ages 2 to 6. A child stops growing when he has a common cold. Babies never get bad breath, as they don't have teeth. Teeth collect bacteria that make the breath smelly. Sweat glands in little kids are not fully developed, so they don't sweat. Children have double the number of taste buds than adults. A pain in your tummy? Watch TV! Watching television is actually a natural painkiller for children. A 3-year-old boy's voice is louder than 200 adults together in a room. A baby's brain is fully grown in size by age 3 and 4. Children can hear both low and high sounds better than grown-ups. Babies are born with the ability to swim. They can naturally hold their breath underwater. Newborn babies cry without tears. That's because their tear ducts aren't fully developed till they are a month old. The size of an average baby is 8 pounds. The largest baby weighed 19.2 pounds at birth. He was born in Indonesia in 2009. Children are the most active when they're around 2 years old. A child's heart is as big as his wrist. A cluster of bananas is known as a hand. It has 10 to 20 bananas that are known as fingers. One pomegranate can hold up to 1,000 seeds. The peel of an orange repels slugs. Gardeners sprinkle the powdered peel over their vegetable plants so the slugs don't come and eat them. Peaches are known as stone fruits. That's because of the pits that they have. If you drop an apple in water, it floats. That's because it has 25% air. Grapes come in red, green, white, black, purple, blue, and golden color. When they're sun-dried, they become raisins. Mangoes are loaded with vitamin C, but a green mango has more of it than a ripe yellow mango. Dates are fruits of the date palm trees. They're great for health and can be stored for a very long time. Strawberries are the only fruits that have their seeds on the outside. And there could be as many as 200 seeds on one strawberry. Pumpkins are actually fruits, but are called vegetables when we cook and eat them. Years ago, travelers used watermelons to carry water when they went on long expeditions. A cup of figs has as much calcium as a cup of milk. Hawaii rambutan or hula berry is a special fruit from Hawaii that has hair on its peel. Nectarines are actually peaches with a fizz. Blueberries are not just delicious. They're also rich in antioxidants, which help fight infection. Before numbers were invented, people counted using their fingers. The number 0 was officially invented by an Indian mathematician, Brahmagupta. Before 0, mathematicians used blank spaces to indicate the absence of a number. 0, not, nil, zilch, and zip are all different names for 0. Do you know what comes after a million, billion, and a trillion? A quadrillion, quintillion, sextillion, septillion, octillion, nonillion, decillion, and undecillion. Infinity means a quantity that cannot be counted, or something that goes on forever, and this is the symbol for it. Mathematics is important for engineering, business, science, medicine, and almost everything that you do. 0 is the only number which cannot be represented by Roman numerals. The number 5 is pronounced as ha in Thai language. Can you tell what 555 would be? Ha ha ha! The equal sign was invented by a Welsh mathematician named Robert Redcord in 1557. The addition and subtraction symbols have existed for thousands of years. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division are the basic arithmetic operations used in mathematics. The Hindu-Arabic numeral system originated as early as the 1st century. Most mathematical symbols were invented in the 16th century. Before this time, people wrote mathematical equations in words. Abacus is the oldest calculating device known. Consists of a wooden frame, rods, and beads. Almost all reptiles lay eggs with shells, except for some snakes and lizards that give birth to their young ones. The reticulated python is the world's longest snake. It can stretch itself taller than a 3-story house. The green anaconda is the heaviest snake of all. It can give birth to 100 baby anacondas at a time. Most reptiles leave their eggs and go away before they hatch. But mommy alligator welcomes her hatchlings into this world. She becomes a hatchling taxi, takes the babies for a swim in the water, and stays by their side for many months. There are 100 different frog species in the island of Madagascar, but you won't find a single toad. Geckos have sticky pads on their feet. That's how they can crawl up walls and windows. A chameleon has a sticky tongue that's longer than the rest of its body. They have amazing eyes and color-changing abilities. The rainforest island of Borneo has lizards, snakes, and frogs that flatten their bodies and fly in the air from tree to tree. King cobras are the only snake in the world that builds a nest for their young, just like a bird but on the ground. Some cobras spit venom into the eyes of their prey from a long distance. Sea snakes have flattened tails that help them swim easily. It also makes them look like eels. Frogs absorb water through their skin, so they don't need to drink. Some frogs can be frozen and then thawed and still be alive. Have you seen a crocodile by a riverbank with its mouth wide open? That's not because it wants to eat you. Crocodiles sweat through their mouth, but please don't go near it because crocodiles have the strongest bite of any animal in the world. Turtles can pull in their heads when they're scared or attacked by predators. Some turtles lay eggs in the sand and leave them to hatch on their own. The oldest giant tortoise lived to the age of 152. Tortoises are different to turtles because they only live on land and they do not have flippers like turtles do. Tortoises have a very strong mouth but no teeth. There are 8 planets in our solar system. These planets circle around the Sun. This is called orbits. We also have 5 dwarf planets in the solar system. Our solar system was formed around 4.6 billion years ago. How was the solar system formed? Scientists believe that the solar system was formed from a giant cloud of dust and gas. A tiniest drop of the sun's material could kill someone up to 160 kilometers away. Mercury lies the closest to the sun. It has no atmosphere or water and is covered with craters. Venus is the brightest planet in our sky. If you know where to look, you can see it without a telescope. There are more volcanoes on Venus than on any other planet in the solar system. Jupiter is a large and angry planet. It has a big gas storm raging on its surface that can be seen as a red spot. Saturn is the second biggest planet, but it's also the lightest planet. If you've got a bathtub big enough to hold it, Saturn would float in the water. Moon has very low gravity. If you try to jump on the moon, you will go 6 times higher than you can on Earth. Why is Mars called a red planet? Because it's covered with rust-like dust. It even has a pinkish atmosphere. Neptune is a large water planet with a blue atmosphere. Violent storms and freezing winds swirl around its atmosphere. Uranus was the first planet discovered by telescope. Pluto is no longer considered a planet. Astronomers have now given it the status of a dwarf planet. And this dwarf planet is smaller than the USA. Eris is the largest dwarf planet. Ceres is the smallest and closest. Other than planets, the solar system also contains comets, moons, dust, gas, and some minor planets. The skeleton, which is made up of all our bones, is the frame on which all the body parts hang. The skull is made up of 29 different bones all fused together. Muscles help in moving food through the body, in pumping blood and moving our body parts. The heart is a pump that pushes blood through your body every day. The brain is like a giant computer. It controls our bodies and helps us to think. Lungs are breathing machines that help us take the good air in and the bad air out of our body. The hardest part of our body is the outer part of the teeth called the crown. The tongue is made up of very strong muscles that run in different directions. They help us in talking and eating. The nose helps us to smell thousands of different things. The stomach is a grinding machine. It breaks down the food we eat into smaller bits. Your ears collect sounds around you and sends them to the brain. When we sneeze, our heart and many other functions all stop. And our eyes close too. The human ear and nose continues to grow all through your life. We lose nearly 40 to 100 strands of hair per day. It is not possible to tickle your own self. English language has a vocabulary of 800,000 words. This makes it the largest vocabulary language in the world. English also has more synonyms than any other language. The first dictionary in English was written in the year 1755. Go is the shortest complete sentence in English. In English, the at the rate of symbol is usually called the at sign or at symbol. The dot over the letter I is known as a tittle. There are more words in English starting with the letter S than any other letter. The letter Q is the least used alphabet in the English language, and the letter E is the most used alphabet. The oldest word in the English language is town. Strengths is the longest word in English that has just one vowel. The letters H, I, O, and X are the only letters that appear the same turned upside down. The word polish changes from a noun or a verb to a nationality when you capitalize the P. No matter where they are from, all pilots on international flights identify themselves in English. Did you know the word most commonly used in English conversations is I? 1 billion people speak English, so 1 out of 7 speak English. "91% of cabbage is water?" Broccoli comes from the same family as cabbage and cauliflower. Cucumbers are great for travelers going in the desert. Their smooth skin keeps its water in like a container. Corn is also known as maize. It is the world's main cereal crop. You can eat both the roots and leaves of turnips. Cauliflower is really not a flower at all. It is actually a bunch of tiny stems. Eating garlic helps in keeping mosquitoes away from your body. Capsicum is really a fruit, but it's cooked and eaten like a vegetable. Beans are actually immature pods that hold seeds. Carrots have a lot of vitamin A, which helps keep our eyesight good. Sweet potatoes are called sweet potatoes because they have a sweet taste. They are not related to potatoes. Tomatoes are actually fruits and not vegetables. In some parts of the world, the eggplant is known as brinjal. It is a fruit and not a vegetable as we think. Olives are special amongst fruit and vegetables. Their flesh has a lot of good oil. Lettuce is a member of the sunflower family. Most of the dust found in your home is actually dead skin. Humans get a little taller in space. That's because there's no gravity there to pull them down. Children have 300 bones, but adults have only 206. That's because many of our bones fuse together as we grow. The human eye blinks nearly 4,200,000 times in a year. There are over 100 billion galaxies in the universe. The largest of galaxies might contain several million stars. Rabbits and parrots can see behind themselves, and they don't have to move their heads to do that. Sound travels almost 4 times faster in water than in air. Diamonds are the hardest known substance on Earth. Almost 100 lightning bolts strike the Earth every second. We can transfer more germs when we shake hands than when we kiss. What if the sun were the size of a basketball? Then Jupiter would be the size of a tennis ball, and the Earth would be as small as a pea. Dogs can smell 1,000 times better than humans. 4,000 gallons of fuel are used up when a Boeing 707 takes off. Starfish have no brains, and even though they are named starfish, they are not related to fish at all. Pineapple is actually a berry. The top of a pineapple, after cleaning and drying, can be planted in soil, and a new plant will grow. Apples, pears, plums, cherries, almonds, peaches, and apricots all belong to the rose family. Onions can help fight infections, help soothe burns, and tame bee stings. So eat onions every day, but not too many, as onions can make you sleepy. The potato skin has more vitamins than the rest of the potato, so eat them whole. Peanuts are actually beans. It takes about 540 peanuts to make a 12-ounce jar of peanut butter. Peanuts are naturally cholesterol-free. The beautiful buttercup flower that grows in grassy patches is actually very dangerous. This pretty killer flower can poison animals that graze in the grass and cause death in humans. Sundew plants have sticky hair on their leaves that trap the insects that fly close to them. Lady in the Veil is an African mushroom that grows faster than any other organism. It can grow up to 8 inches in just 20 minutes. A flower called Scarlet Pimpernel tells you the weather. It closes when it is to rain and opens up when the day is to be sunny. The green algae that floats in oceans and ponds is the most important plant in the world. It gives us more oxygen than the plants around us. Bamboos can grow very fast. Some bamboos can grow almost a meter in one day. Some plants are carnivorous. They eat insects, and some even eat small animals. This is not it. There's a lot more. Subscribe and we'll keep you posted.